Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start this off the same way we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know that you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me. So thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
How's she cutting me, loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Norrell Toyota. Just a quick chat about the wonderful community we live in here. As you guys know, we support the Oil Barons. We've joined the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and make sure we're taking care of the kids and all the local businesses, all the local charities, and all the local foundations, guys. That's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
There we go, and we're back. Sorry, I missed your head nod there, buddy. That was slow. That was my bad. Big shout out to our title sponsor, Norrell Toyota. Thank you for your ongoing support. We really do appreciate it. As you guys know, at home, I don't introduce my guests because they can do a better job of that than myself. So, sir, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
I appreciate it. My name's Declan Craig. I'm a grade 12 student in the robotics program at Father Merc.
There we go. Now, Declan, when we were walking here, were you guys cruising around outside in like a silver vehicle?
We did, yeah. We're in
Okay, because we when we came in, we saw you guys like do the loop, and we're just like, I bet you those are them. And then you guys just pulled out, and we're like, oh, yeah, they'll figure it out.
I recognized your face. I was like, that's our man right there.
That's hilarious. So since the last time we spoke, what's new and exciting in your life?
Well, robotics is still a huge part of my life, and this year we have actually qualified for the World Championship. Last year it was a bit of a gray area on how we got to qualify, but this year we won the first signature event ever presented in Canada.
That's huge. So
Alberta,
where did that take place?
That was in Calgary.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago now. There were teams from California, like all across North America, really.
Really?
And it was a huge event.
Okay.
140-ish teams were present, and there were 2 divisions. That's something that was kind of new to the Canada scene for robotics.
Right.
X Robotics, and it was a fantastic tournament. Very well set up.
So before I forget my questions, because I tend to do that, what's the next step now that you've placed? What happens next?
So we're still moving forward with provincials here in Alberta. And so that's actually over our break, like our school break.
Yeah.
And we've brought our robot. We've, again, still been iterating on it. Even though it did really well at Mecca, there were still things that we could improve upon.
Yeah.
And so coming to provincials here, we're looking to clear top 100 for skills in the world. Our programming and all that has gotten significantly better. So overall, we're just bringing more competitive robot.
Okay. And so where are the next tournaments that you guys are playing?
So our provincials will be in Calgary, Alberta again.
Okay.
Set up by Justin. He's a great event coordinator.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're heading down to Texas again.
Really?
We are.
So I've been to Texas a few times. Where about in Texas do you guys go?
I believe it's in Dallas.
Oh, cool.
So,
really? I see a lot of head nods there. They're like, yeah. Okay. Have you guys been to Dallas before, or is this the first time you'll be in Dallas?
So this will be my second time being in Dallas.
Okay.
And my second time actually participating in the World Championship
Nice.
for robotics.
Congratulations,
I'm very excited
man.
to go.
So I forget what your robot does in regards to the competition, because it is vast in regards to there's different things. So what does your robot compete in?
So this year, the game is switched up. So every season, the game changes.
Yeah.
This year, there's these 5-inch frisbees that are laid out all across the field.
Okay.
And your goal as a robotics team is to get your robot to pick these discs up and actually propel them into these high goals that are stationed on opposite ends of the field.
Oh, time out. Okay, so it's a frisbee, a disc, and you went propel like this. So when I think of a frisbee, I think of like
more like a
That's right. So if you're propelling a frisbee like this, how does that work necessarily? Because it's going to be kind of shaky.
So there are different designs to shoot the discs.
Right.
I think right now we're looking at like 2 major metas, you could call it, like kind of design paths. There's the flywheel, and that would be more of like a traditional, the wheel spins up as it hits the frisbee. It kind of gives that throwing look to the frisbee.
Right.
It'll spin, keep it gyroscopically stable.
Yeah.
Our robot is actually the other of the meta. It is a catapult. So we stack all 3 discs. That's the max amount that you're allowed to carry at one point.
Okay.
And when we drive up to the goal, we actually launch all 3 at once into the goal.
Oh.
And due to the way that the catapult is set up, there's no variation. They don't wobble side to side because they stick clumped together.
Yeah.
And our catapult's designed to limit the amount of rotational energy in the discs. So it's just a whole bunch of kind of thinking, a whole bunch of little bit of math that we've done.
Right.
But it's working quite well.
That's awesome. And that's a good strategy in regards to if you're having 3 there going. So like you said, they're kind of, the weight is pushing on each other. So it's not kind of flopping around in the air.
That was something at Mech Mayhem was the name of the tournament that we just competed in.
Right.
The discs, they did kind of have a little bit of wobble to them.
Yeah.
And so the most recent change, it's called a Mingo.
Okay.
That's kind of like the name it's been given by the robotics students.
Okay.
Essentially what it does is it stops those discs from rotating and creating those inaccuracies. So all 3 of ours stick together like a nice big pancake sandwich.
Okay, very cool. Now, with other robots that may be there, you're in this one type of competition.
Yeah.
Are there other skill competitions that are taking place as well?
So, yeah, there's a couple of different aspects to like a Vex Robotics tournament.
Okay.
There's the actual matches that are played. So get your schedule. You're against this team at this time. You're against another team at a different time.
Yeah.
But there's also kind of like the hidden aspect, I would say. So if you're watching this on a live stream, you don't get to see what's called the skills aspect of the robotics challenge.
Okay.
So the skills aspect is you bring your robot over to a different field. It's still the same setup with the discs on the ground, and you still have the goals in the opposite end.
Right.
The difference comes with it's just your robot on the field, as opposed to 2 robots for the Red Alliance, 2 robots for the Blue Alliance.
Right.
So it's just your robot, and you have 1 minute to score as many points as you can.
Okay.
And so if I had to say what we're really improving on going to provincials and going to worlds, our skills scores have been bumped up significantly.
Wow. Okay. And so the robot that you're working on now, like you said, every time you go to a different tournament, like you tweak and you make adjustments. Is it the same robot that you were using last time we spoke? Or has every year, or is this a new one? Because every year you get a whole bunch of new specs, right?
Yeah,
so because of COVID, and last time we spoke, did they let you grandfather the robot in, or are you brand new specs as of the new year?
So with the new year comes a different game. So the last time we spoke, the game's name was Tipping Point.
Right.
And so that rolled over into the new season, and the new season's game is called Spin Up.
Yeah.
And so there are parts on a robot that have been taken off of the robot that you saw last time. They're specifically some of the parts that are harder to get for us here in northern Alberta. But
that's right.
This robot is built from the ground up. This is a brand new design. Actually, everything on this robot is something that we have never built before.
Okay, very cool. And so for the people at home, you can't see, but you brought an entourage with you. Is everybody here on your team?
Yes. So in the background, I mean, they'll introduce themselves. Tristan, Braden, and Cody.
Yeah. Okay. And so is that everybody on your team? Is it just the 4 of you, or is there additional teammates that we're not seeing here today?
This is the entirety of 5760B.
Okay. And so I love it. Okay. What's your role on the team?
My role is the driver of the robot, and then I really like to help design and build the robot. Okay.
So pardon me for stupid questions, but
all good.
These robots, like you said, you're the driver, right? So you're
you haven't worked with him very long.
That's right. There's lots of them. So you're driving it, so you got the remote control.
Yeah.
But there is a coding aspect to this as well, which is not always manual. So what part of your robot has the coding aspect to it?
So the first 15 seconds of the match are fully autonomous. I'm not allowed to do anything to the controller. I'm actually unable to do anything to the controller.
Okay.
And so the lead programmer on our team, Tristan, has worked pretty hard and bringing in autonomous that's pretty solid. I'm giddy inside because I know showing up at provincials and bringing it to worlds that I'm very happy with what we have.
Okay.
As well as the skills challenge, there's the driver aspect. So you get 60 seconds, driver control, score as many points as you can. And then you also get 3 attempts as a programming. So you get 1 minute programmed to score as many points as you can across the whole field. So there's a lot of programming involved.
Who's better, you or the autonomous component in regards to the skills? Who's scoring more?
As of right now, the drivers, he's got it bumped up.
Yeah.
The skills is the autonomous, the programming is getting really close.
It's
to the
getting like
driver.
I have to like technology is always improving. That's why I
Yeah.
ask, because like you have like these certain chest robots that like humans can't
Oh,
beat
it's
anymore.
wild.
And I've been over the last what are we in February? For the last 2 months now, maybe 2.5. I've been spending a lot of time with like OpenAI and ChatGPT and stuff, and like it's crushing human beings in like a lot of things. So I was like, I wonder which one's better, the autonomous or yourself. But listen, Tanner just shook his phone, so that means he's ready with his questions for the Mac City Minute. I don't know what he's going to ask you, so I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Awesome.
But before we get there, we're going to go throw it to an ad from Carrie from Patchouli Rose. Carrie, take it away.
Hi, it's Carrie with Patchouli Rose Herbal Apothecary. I know our summer is coming quickly to an end. And during the summer, we always think of applying our sunscreen, but sunscreen is a product that we should be using every day of the year to protect our skin against harmful UVA and UVB rays, also against premature aging. I have a product called Dandelion Harvest, which is moisturizing, anti-inflammatory, and is great for anti-aging. You can use this every day of the year, and it's very moisturizing. If you want to check this product and any of my other products out, please go to patchoulirose.com.
And we are back. Tanner, hit him with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1 for you today. What is the most interesting use you've seen for a robot?
Ooh. There are a lot of different applications that robots have been used. I also do like the chess AI that have come out. They're getting pretty wicked. The fact that the best minds in the world, they pale in comparison to these robots.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say my number one all-time favorite robot, it's pretty cliche, but the Mars rovers. They are fantastic machines. We're sending things that we've gathered here on Earth to other planets.
Yeah.
And they have to be able to literally survive on their own. Like, if something were to break on Mars,
Yeah.
oh well, that's the end of it. So
That's right.
they're impressive feats of human engineering. And the amount of engineering that goes into them, I think, is really kind of underestimated by the general public. Like, just seeing it is super impressive, but the amount of hours that have gone into each and every aspect, weight, what it's going to do. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. So for me, it would have to be robots that are going out into space and gathering information for us here on Earth.
There we go.
Question number 2. What is one thing you're most excited for the remainder of your senior year?
I am really excited to go to Texas with my best friends. I'm really looking forward to it. My absolute favorite thing for senior year, it's got to be seeing the juniors that have joined the robotics program and seeing from where I started in robotics and to where I'm ending, just turning around and looking at what I've kind of come up through and then now what is here. It makes me really happy to see that there are other people interested in what I like to do.
Yeah.
And I really hope that the program continues and that other people realize there's potential there.
That's cool, man.
Question number 3. What is one goal you have for the future that people might not expect from you?
That is an interesting question.
That's all Tanner brings. Yeah.
So something that's not super expected of me. I have accepted my application to UFC or my letter from UFC, and I'm thinking of going into maybe mechanical or electrical engineering. But I would love to do a master's in nuclear engineering. That is something that not a lot of people have maybe talked about, but like renewable energy, or I guess nuclear isn't really renewable, but more of like more sustainable, higher energy yields. I would love to work in the nuclear field and maybe even see nuclear fusion reactors in my lifetime. That would be something that I don't think many people, I've shared that with many people, but something I'd love to do.
There we go.
Question number 4. What is your favorite way to enjoy a break from all of the work you do?
Ooh. I do love playing video games. That's a big one for me.
What game?
Ooh, Escape from Tarkov.
I don't know what game that is. Tanner?
Pretty intense first-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
But another great way I like to spend my time as well is actually outdoors. I actually just recently went ice fishing with a couple of buddies of mine,
Nice.
and just cooking steaks, having fires, just casual things like that out in the woods. Bring a nice big backpack, nice warm wool blanket.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside is when you come back, you got your clothes smelling like campfire smoke. But
That's right. That's
Hey.
what washer and dryer's for.
fair enough.
And your final question. What is one song you would use to hype yourself up before a big competition?
Oh man, actually, I can speak directly to this one. This happened at Mecca Mayhem.
Okay.
Standing there for the grand finals, I was holding the controller, and in my head, "Shepherd of Fire" by Avenged Sevenfold was playing in my head. It is a quite intense rock song, but definitely hypes me up whenever I'm feeling pretty pressured.
Nice. Nice.
And those have been your 5 questions.
There we go. So, grade 12, you already know what school you're going to. How do you stay motivated in school?
Staying motivated in school, it's really helpful to find the teachers that speak to you. I think having somebody, like for example, my math teacher, he's an amazing person, and the way that he teaches really speaks to me.
Right.
So if you are finding that in school you're having trouble staying motivated, or you don't want to do your work,
Yeah.
if there's anyone in your life or anywhere that you can get help, and try and find someone to maybe like re-explain it in a different way.
Right.
As soon as the concepts really start making sense and you're having fun learning,
Yeah.
it doesn't become a chore. It becomes something that you're looking forward to. You're
Right.
looking to find out, wow, what does happen next after that lesson we just learned.
Right.
So staying motivated in school for me is making sure that I'm actually understanding what I'm being presented with,
Yeah.
and finding the people that are able to explain it in a way that really speaks to me.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a question where I don't know how you're going to answer this one. You might have to skirt around this a little bit, but you're obviously aware of AI and AI software. It is a game changer in regards to education. How do you feel this is going to change the landscape of where you are going next, which is college and university?
So like AI almost being present in the education field.
Or like you utilizing it, for goodness
Oh,
sakes. Like,
I guess I've never really thought about it too hard, but
You haven't thought about using AI to do your schoolwork yet?
no.
Because, like, as soon as I heard about AI, I was like, man, I could have used that in high school to
Well,
do
maybe-
absolutely everything.
Maybe on my way home I'll be looking up. But
It can answer all your math questions, dude.
I think using AI to maybe get ahead in a problem
Yeah.
is going to be very prevalent. Like
Yeah.
maybe where there are boundaries, just your intuit isn't good enough.
yeah,
But if you're able to go back and understand what the AI saw that you weren't able to see
For
without
sure.
that prior knowledge,
Yeah.
is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because they are machines. Like, they are smarter than we ever will be, because they are just programmed to solve problems.
that's right.
As long as you're able to kind of understand where the machines are coming from.
That's
So
right.
for a math problem example,
Yeah.
if we were given a math problem, like the Collatz conjecture, something crazy that we have not been able to solve yet,
Mm-hmm.
if you gave that to an AI and they did come out with an answer
Yeah.
and it turned out to be true,
Yeah.
maybe we could go back and kind of see what the AI saw that we just didn't think about.
That's right.
Because they don't see it like we do. They see it as ones and zeros.
That's
We
right.
see it as this huge, complex problem. What about this? What about this?
That's right.
We're different than machines.
That's
so
right.
if we're able to learn from that, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty wicked.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about
Yeah.
that, but
Well, what you just said, I think, is super factual and true in regards to the AI can solve a problem and it can help you get to your end result. But if you go back and look at it as humans, then we can be like, oh, wow. And what we think of afterwards,
it's huge.
huge potential. I'm not afraid of AI. I think it's amazing. And like Tanner said, as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, if I would have had this when I was in school, it would have been a game changer. But yeah, I've been using like ChatGPT and Dolly and Midjourney, just playing around with some stuff.
That's fair.
And it is groundbreaking. Like it's crazy.
And I think now, like, we're still in what I would consider like early stages of this stuff.
Oh,
When
100%.
I'm reaching the end of my life, I'm very curious to see
Yeah.
what will be out and prevalent, like
That's
just
right.
used every day.
Yeah.
Like phones, if you went back 100 years and told people that you'd be able to, in your pocket, hold almost all of the information.
You don't even have to go 100 years, bro. Like,
Exactly. It's
back
crazy.
when I was in high school, we didn't have phones like this. Like, if you would have told me back in 2001, that's when I graduated, dating myself, that like we would be where we are today, like I would not have believed
Mind
you.
blown.
I would have been like, nah. I had a teacher. Is he still at Father Merc? No, he's not. he told me, he's just like, hey, one day water is going to cost more than gas. And I was just like, you are out of your mind. What do you mean? And he's just like, yeah, bottled water will cost more than gas. I'm like, whatever. And we live in that world. So anyways, I love chatting with you. You're a crazy, motivated kid. Because of you, I got my kid to do some robotics, actually.
That's so awesome.
So he's in robotics, actually, as we speak. But before I cut you loose today, because we're out of time, you get a shameless shout out or plug. So you have the mic, the camera, the lights. Have fun.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. I'd also like to say hello to Mr. McIsaac, as well as anyone out there that might be listening that's maybe interested in robotics. Give it a shot. You never know what will happen.
There we go. Everybody at home, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Big shout out to our title sponsor, Noral Toyota. Almost called them Fort McMurray Toyota.
You're slipping on this
because they're
episode.
making a transition. Noral Toyota, as well as Carrie from Patchouli Rose. We really do appreciate both of your ongoing support. Hope everybody at home is having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.